Hello class! We meet again in English for children. Okay, for this video, I will explain about class management and the atmosphere. To follow the explanation, it will be better if you also open up your textbook, chapter 2. Okay, now, if you want to teach children's class, the the fundamental thing and the hardest thing to do is managing the groups. Okay, managing the children. It's not an easy thing to do because what is stated in the theory is sometimes very different from the real situation. Again, because sometimes it is different, it goes back to you. Okay, each class is not the same. It's very different. So the way you manage the class depends on your personality and your ability to work together with the children. Again, the key is to be able to manage the class or the children. So in that case, what is the ideal children? What is the ideal teacher for English young learners? Later on, I give you the video. You can watch the video so that you can hear their opinion about a teacher. But according to the theory, a teacher of children's class should 1. Have a sense of humor. It is a very important thing to do. Okay, you must have sense of humor. You cannot be too serious in children class. Why? If you do that, the class will be difficult to manage because the children cannot be engaged with you. Okay, so you must have sense of humor. Okay, you must be able to create funny things not only with the teaching aids but also with your face. Okay, we'll come to that later on. Next thing is being open-minded. You must be open-minded. Why? Because each child is different. They have their own personality, they have their own mood, they have their own intelligence, and they have their own preference. Okay, so you must be open-minded and adaptable. You have to be able to adapt not only with the situation, but also with the children, and also with their mood, okay, and also with their ability. Okay, be flexible and adaptable. Another thing that is also important is to be patient. Why? You know that their children do not have a very long attention span. So when the children are bored in the class or they do not have a very good mood with their friends, you must be able to handle the situation patiently. And in order to be succeed in managing the children, you must have attitudes and abilities. What are the attitudes and the abilities needed? For the abilities, you must be able to sing. Okay? You must be able to sing. I'm not expecting a children's class with it doesn't mean that you must have a very good voice, no, but you have to be able to sing in tune. Why? Children learn things from songs, and sometimes teacher need to demonstrate the song. So you must be able to sing. Next, the ability to mime. Okay, you must be able to to play with your eyes, with your mouth, with your smile, with your hands. You must be able to mime, to demonstrate things, to show. So, besides miming, you also need to be able to act because you have to show them what to do. Okay? Act. And create voices, okay, to make your dialogue interesting, to make what is that, the situation is understandable for the children, especially if suppose there are two people. Okay, so you have to be able to act person A and person B. Next is ability to draw. Okay, you have to draw things. Sometimes we do it in on the board. Okay, again, like singing, I do not expect that you have what is it, ability of drawing like an artist or a painter. No, but as long as it is a very clear drawing, it's enough. The last one is ability to organize worksheets. They have to do exercises, so they have lots of worksheets. Okay, you have to be able to find worksheets and organize the worksheets. Now, what about the attitudes? First thing that you have to remember is that you have to respect your students. Each of them is very different from one another. So you have to respect all of the students. Maybe not all students are uh, good students. Okay, some are, let's say, we can say that they do not follow what you expect them to do nicely or easily, but still you have to respect them. Okay, remember, they have their own mood, they have their own ability, they have their own preference. Okay, and they have their own act, but you have to be able to respect them. That's why you have to be able to like them equally. How? Be realistic about what they can manage at an individual level. Okay, not all students are ideal students, so be realistic about that and manage. Okay, manage them. How can we manage? By being well prepared. You have to be realized that the students in your class are very different, so prepare everything. Okay, not only preparing the exercises only, no, but you also need to prepare the games. You have to check what is it, the teaching aids. You have to anticipate the situation, the moods, etc. Okay, again, the key is well prepared. Sometimes those students who do create scenes in the class are those who do not feel secure. Okay, they are not being secure with their friends because they don't really know each other. Okay, so you have to help them to feel secure. When they all feel secure, it's easy for them to work together with your friend, with their friends. They can follow your teaching well. They can do the exercises well, etc. Now, how can we make them feel secure? First, you have to know what you are doing. Do not experiment with things. Okay, you have to be sure. Get to know the children one by one, and then respect them. Okay, respect them as unique personality. Accept whatever they say, even though it is a mistake. Okay? Sometimes the mistake can be the source of feeling insecurity. Why? Because they don't like to be laughed at. So, in order not to be laughed at, you have to be able to treat mistakes in a very positive way and ask the other children to be positive. Next, establishing routines. By doing routine things, okay, routine activities, they will feel secure. Why? Because they know what to do after this. Oh, okay. So after checking attendance, the teacher will do this. So they know after this what happened. It makes them feel secure. If everything is unpredictable, they do not feel secure. Okay, that's why establishing routines is important. Because it is routine activities, you can give them responsibilities to do practical jobs in the class. Another thing that you have to pay attention to is avoid organized competition and prizes. If you want to keep them in a high spirit, okay, so you want to create, let's say, a spirit of being in a competition, okay, you cannot exclude them. I mean, if you prepare prizes, okay, it has to be for all of them, okay, not only three best students so that the others just see. No, okay, so you have to be able to give all of them. Do not exclude, even though, okay, you create what is it, feeling of competition, okay, but do not make them as if they are unable to do it, or they don't know what to do. Okay, remember, if certain students get prizes all the time, so the person is smart one. I never got any prizes, so let's say I'm not that smart or I'm not that good. Okay, so that is one thing that we have to avoid. And the last thing is, do not give the children's English names. Okay, just leave it. What is it? With their own names. Then do not call names. We can also make the children feeling secure by creating pleasant surroundings. Okay, we can ask them to bring objects or pictures or postcards, and then they pin it on the wall. Okay, and then they can mark boxes, files, and they have to be responsible for the organization of the classroom. It will make them feel secure. Okay, another thing that we can do is pay attention to the seating arrangement. Okay, this is the traditional one. For children class, we should avoid this. Okay, it will it will be better if they you can create round table so that they can face each other, or a horseshoe like this. Yeah, horseshoe. Okay, if they have to work in pairs, you can make it like this. Okay, or this is for the group work. Okay, 4 by 4. Okay, if the number of the students in the class are let's say many, well, to create the horseshoe, you can make it into double horseshoe. Okay, after seating arrangement, maybe we need to manage their activities. Okay, for the children, it will be better if they work together with their friends. Why? They will feel more secure. Okay, if they work together with their friends. Why? Because it is not, they are not feeling on their own. Okay, they seems like there is someone with me. Okay, doing the exercises, doing the work. Okay, however, grouping the children either into pair work or group work is not easy. If you look at the picture, okay, there is always one or two students who do not want to be in groups. Okay. Okay, so these students happen to be like this because they are not feeling secure. Okay, they don't really know their friends. Okay, and maybe um, they are not in a, what is it, in the moods to do things. Okay, so you have to be able to understand. Okay, but if they are feeling secure, they will enjoy the grouping. They will enjoy working together with their friends. So one thing that you have to remember is that not all children will take grouping at once. At first, maybe it is difficult to manage. Boys are only want to be with boys, girls are only want to be with girls, and but sometimes the situation is not, what is it, easy to make it like that. Okay, sometimes they have to work with the others. Okay, so cooperation is something nurtured and learned. When it is part of their routines, they will be able to do it. They will understand. Okay. If we want to create pair work, okay, usually the easiest one is by pointing to students who are sitting next to each other. Okay, but you can also create other method of pair work. Okay, but make sure they know each other. Okay, do not force the student to work together with someone or a student that he or she is not comfortable with, or he or she who is not, who they don't really know well. Okay, so we have to create a routine. Okay, once they get to know their friends, it will be easier. Okay, what about if the number of the students is not even? Okay, so there are three students who haven't got the group, so let them work in one group consists of three students. Okay, in some situation, teacher asks students to be in groups with the teacher, but it's burdening. Okay, being a group with a teacher is burdening for the student. Okay, so let them work as a three. Okay, and the teacher should be on the lookout for the students who simply do not like each other. You know, sometimes there are situations where students do not like each other, but they are forced to be in one group. Okay, so pay attention to those pairs. Okay, and before we ask them to do pair work, make sure they understand what to do. Okay, make sure they understand what to do. Okay, and then once they got the turn, make sure every pair got the turn, either to come forward to the class to do their work or to share their work. Okay, every pair should get their turn. Group work is almost the same like pair work. Okay, so everything said about the pair work applies in group work. Okay, but one thing that we have to remember, do not just group the students, give them exercise, and then assume that it will work. No, in children class, it is not that easy. We have to start by having teaching group. Okay, groups which you teach separately from the rest of the class. Okay, and then if there are self-reliant group, okay, groups which are given something to do on their own with the teacher, only giving help when needed. Okay, so there are groups that we call teaching group, and then the self-reliant group. Okay, so this group, okay, that you teach separately from the rest of the class. Usually, slow learners can be put in this group, so you can give extra attention. Okay, and then the other one is the self-reliant group. This is the group which are given something to do on their own. Okay, so they are more independent. We only come to them once in a while. Okay. Okay, for this self-reliant group, we just tell the groups what you want them to do. Okay, to do one by one before you start the group. But you can also combine. Okay, so in the group can be a slow learner, fast learner, okay, and then the average. Okay, it's okay. You can manage the group work based on the situation needed. If you create a group work, okay, make sure the limit is not more than five. The minimum is three. Okay, and the children should not be allowed to choose their groups. Why? Because they will do the group work only with their friends, and that is the only friends they choose to work with until the end of the term or until the end of the semester. Okay, teacher choose. Okay, but again, when we choose, it should be based on our understanding about the children's situation and the children's characteristic. Do not just choose any. Okay, you have to see things from their point of view. Okay, again, you can choose based on the seating arrangement or based on the mixed abilities. Okay. Okay, the last thing that we have to consider in order to manage the class is classroom language. Okay, this is English class, so classroom language is a must. Okay, this is at least where you start to ask them to use English. Okay, so the soonest the student learns simple, meaningful expressions in English, it's easier. The easier it will be. Okay. Classroom language is necessary tool to progress. Okay, so we can try to speak English as much as you can. Okay, using mime, acting, using puppets, etc. Okay, do not think just because they are Indonesian and they are beginners they don't know any English. Yes, maybe, but they are willing to learn, and we can introduce English not only by translation. When we want to introduce English to the children, keep the language simple, natural, and at their level. Okay, so you can introduce English, simple English, and make them in a habit with that. Okay, do we introduce the language and do not assume that they don't understand. If you can give them gestures and then using teaching aids, they will understand the language. Okay, do not underestimate the children, but we have to decide how much language mother tongue we should use. Okay, for certain situation, of course, we have to use mother tongue, in this case Indonesian language. Okay, but if you can introduce English at first, it will be better. Okay, so again, if when you introduce the lesson, use English first so that they know the English form. Okay, later on, you can use Indonesian language. Remember, English is not just the material that they learn. Okay, so we cannot teach English by using only Indonesian language. We have to introduce the language to the children. Okay, you don't always have to switch language. If you think by using simple English they understand, that is okay. Okay, you don't have to translate the language all the time. Another key that can help you is that by having picture dictionary. Okay, picture dictionary will help the students to understand the object being described by looking at the picture. Here are some phrases that the children should learn as soon as possible. When they are beginners, of course, you have to introduce them greetings. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye. Okay, to say goodbye, and then asking something. Okay, can I, may I, and then do use the word please. Okay. And then you can also introduce how to say sorry. Okay, how to express when they don't understand things, when they don't know the answer, by using English. So even though they don't know, at least they say I don't know. And then introduce the expressions to ask a certain word in English. Okay, what is this called in English? What is this English for this? Okay, on the Indonesian. Okay, or the object. They can pinpoint the object. Okay, and then expressions about the turn. Whose turn is it? Or asking for what is it? Belongings. Yeah, whose book is this? Whose chair is this? And then asking someone to pass something. Okay, this is at least. You can also add more expressions for the children. Okay. Next thing to do is that the phrases should be what is that? Should be learned by the children in every meeting. So we can create posters like this. Okay. So at the beginning, we create classroom rules. Okay, with the expressions. Okay. Hands up, listen, try your best, respect each other, speak in English. Okay. But later on, you can also make it into exercises. So ask them to complete the bubble here with the rules or with the expressions. Okay. Once they learn this, they are able to mention the classroom rules, and you can you can make them get used to the phrases from meetings to meetings. Okay, that is the material for classroom management and atmosphere. Thank you.